Yo, what up, y'all? This is Trina.
What's up, y'all? This is Big Dog, Mr. Coin, the building.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Nia Amber.
Yeah, what it do, man? It's your boy, 8Ball. Yo, this your boy, Pimp Tight. MJG, 8Ball and MJG, and you're listening to Dear Millennials.
A lit-ass podcast.
Make sure you guys have a lit-ass week, all right? You know what it is, the baddest chick.
Dear Millennials, the lit ass podcast.
Lit motherfucking litty.
What it do? Welcome to Dear Millennials. Welcome to Dear Millennials, the lit ass podcast. Make sure you follow Dear Millennials on all social media. You can find us on all podcasts and platforms. Welcome to season 5, episode 3. Who that is?
That's my baby daddy.
Today we're asking the question: should a man be responsible for a child that they did not give consent to? We want to know what you think. Make sure you keep listening. It's your boy Top Rain Marvin Frank, singer, songwriter, educator, student to the game, homie, lover, friend. KOs, keep your head up. Nah, just nah, for real, G. Jail is a terrible place. McLovin, what's up, man?
Man, y'all already know what it is. South Memphis stand up. It's your boy McLovin. Got these chicks hot straight out the oven. Educated, motivated, dark skin. Jameson, teacher, preacher. Got you dying laughing, calling me the Grim Reaper. Ugh.
Hey man, I brought you some tea today to kind of help with that congestion in your throat.
Not fucking with us right now.
Ginger tea, I hope.
Mary Jane, what it do?
Mary Jane. It's your girl, Mary Jane, Georgia raised Memphis made, book club creator, the HBCU advocator, and your favorite around the way girl.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are Dear Millennials, the lit ass podcast. We have a very esteemed guest joining us today. Memphis born, Memphis bred, Mr. Kameron Whalum. Music is in his blood, y'all. Y'all heard the Whalum family name everywhere in Memphis, everywhere in the world. He's a product of such a beautiful family. He attended Morehouse College. You have seen Kameron Whalum perform with Bruno Mars on MTV MAs, MTV Video Music Awards, Billboard, Canada's Music Awards, the Grammys, Halftime Show, Super Bowl, and the countless other productions. However, it doesn't stop there. Kameron Whalum is the host of Primetime with Kameron Whalum on WYXR 91.7 FM in Memphis. You can also find it on the WYXR app Saturdays 8 through 9 p.m. He also has an amazing EP. We were just vibing to it before the show called All About You. It's available on all music streaming platforms. Cameron, what's up, brother? Man, how you feeling?
Y'all know how to introduce people, man.
Hey, man, look, you're the man.
Man,
you know you the man.
Here, I'm real glad to be here, man. Finally.
Well, let's first start. Tell us about the latest EP, All About You. We were vibing to it before the show. What was the inspiration behind it? What's your favorite track on it?
All About You, man. It's an EP. I put it out in December. Inspiration, man, was, first of all, I love good music. Love great music. But, I mean, it's about relationships and it's about women. It's about, just situations, So that will always give you something to write about or to just, be creative towards, you know what I'm saying? So that sparked the ideas, and then I just got going with a couple of my friends, and that's what we came up with. Okay,
what's your favorite song on the track, on the EP?
Probably No Crime and Goodbye. That's probably my favorite
that's a live one. Yeah, man, y'all check that out. Speaking of relationships and situations, we're gonna go straight into our Thought Brothers segment. We have if you missed Thought Brothers, we're back. Give me a high five, brother. Don't leave me hanging.
I ain't see you. I'm sorry.
Don't leave me hanging. Thought Brothers, if you're not familiar, the T is for truthful.
The H is for handsome.
The O is for original.
And the T is for trustworthy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for our special Thought Brothers segment today, we're going to go ahead and dive into this. Kameron Whalum mentioned relationships, situations. There's been a situation that has reached Black Twitter, Black Instagram, Black anything social media, and that is the unfortunate recent
fiasco.
I don't know what's called a fiasco between Quavo and Saweetie or Sweetie. All right. Saweetie, okay. So let's talk about it real quick. If you're not familiar, we know that they have recently broken up, right? Speculation has been this because of a Justin LaBoy interview she did with Respectfully Justin. And whatever they've been going back and forth on Instagram. Well, they haven't really gone back and forth that much. It's kind of been society egging on the situation, but they were video footage released of some type of altercation happening. So a lot of footage has been floating around. Are you all familiar with? Have you all seen the footage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So did we witness domestic violence?
I'm gonna say this. I do not approve a man putting his hands on a woman. You know, I grew up with 3 sisters who beat my ass. I'm talking about beat my ass. And
Wow.
I just was always, I was just always taught. I was just always taught, like, hey, look, like, you just can't, like, hurt a woman. You can't punch a woman.
That's real.
The strength of you compared to the strength of a woman is, uncomparable. Because I'm gonna lay a motherfucker out.
Except for your sisters.
Except for my sisters, or any woman. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of the altercation, a lot of people like to say, oh, well, she swung on him first. And that's fine. But at that moment, I mean, a quick grab is nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never said I ain't gonna.
The elevator video, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. So a lot, and I didn't see a swing. I didn't see her swing on him.
That's because the Shade Room only posted.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was thinking. So
Go ahead, yeah.
when I saw it, I saw the TMZ video first.
Yeah.
And literally right after that, I saw the Shade Room video. And the Shade Room started it like a second after the real video started. TMZ video, they show her swinging at him, and then the Shade Room
Did they lay
showed
contact?
the one. There was no contact on the swing, but Shade Room didn't want to show that. They didn't care nothing about that. They wanted to make it look like something that we don't really know. They wanted to control how it looked to us, and it did the job.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying but I'm a firm believer. Get out that situation.
Yeah, you don't want to be there.
At the end of the day, if she did swing on him and laid contact or whatever it may be, then she's in the wrong, and he should have just left. Because at the end of the day, as a black man putting your hands on a woman, that is not going to look good.
There's no winning in this.
There's no win. She could have shot you on your kneecap. Man. The moment you lay your hands on her, you are definitely a different person.
Listen, bro, if you when that elevator open, if you gotta take off running, bro, you gotta do what you gotta do, because
it's
you
a
ain't
pride
gonna
thing.
come out good in that situation, especially nowadays. You know what I'm saying? We were growing up, you might have been able to get rid of a.
This is the cancel culture now.
Yeah, it's not. You don't want to be on that side of things when shit unfolds.
Nah, he should have just grabbed her and shook her or something like that.
Man,
Mary Jane, how do you feel?
bro?
Going to say technically domestic violence is supposed to be violence within the home, so I would not say that this was domestic violence if we were going to be technical. However,
Abuse?
This looked very much like it was toxic, like their relationship is toxic. Any relationship where the female or the male is putting their hands on you, whether it's tussle or push, you just have suspicions to believe that they are going through a toxic situation. And I feel like obviously it's toxic on both ends, because Saweetie felt that she had to defend herself aggressively, and apparently a lot of women they lash out of anger like that. I hear it all the time that men take hits from women.
All the time. I've had some hits, boy. Like, but at the end of the day, I do understand. If I do this, I know there's consequences. And also, I think what we need to take into consideration, we don't know what happened before the recording.
Exactly.
We don't know what happened before the recording. So that swing might not have been a swing.
Stop glorifying these celebrity relationships. Like, 1 minute we're crazy about them and the things that one partner is doing for the other, and then the next minute we're like, oh, heck no.
Yeah.
Like, for one, every relationship has its challenges. For two, we don't know what be going on inside and outside of these homes. So we have to stop glorifying celebrity relationships. Period.
That's facts, though, and the reality is we never know what's going on.
No.
And it's like people love to act like they do know. Like, no, he doing this, he did not. Well, you don't know. You just don't know. And you in a relationship, we don't know what y'all got going on.
Facts.
And it's unfortunate with the Quavo and Saweetie situation that we're forced to have an opinion on it because they put it in front of us. But at the same time, they was on the elevator. You know what I'm saying? They was at home or wherever they were. So it's unfortunate that this is the way of the world right now. To be honest with you,
I have only one question. What the fuck was in that bag?
Man, hey,
I'm a
Someone is asking me.
I'm a firm believer that
whatever it was, he ain't wanted to have.
I'm a firm believer it was the Lil Nas Nike shoes.
Oh man, I hope not. But
The devil works.
I will say this, man. I think both parties were wrong.
Yeah.
Both parties should take responsibility, right? And the only, and this is what I kind of have, I don't know if I want to say sympathy. I have empathy for. They're living their lives in the spotlight. Anybody who has been in love, you may have not been in an altercation that physical, but you've been in an altercation that you would not want people to see.
Facts. Absolutely.
And so I think when you're living your life in the public eye, everybody gets to see your dirt. And then I just don't like when we do have opinions, and not necessarily people in this room, but when people do have opinions, they kind of remove themselves from being human, or we lack empathy.
Facts.
And understanding, and we get so emotional. But I will tell you, one of my greatest issues was definitely, and I see what's going on in the Shade Room. I did not like how they edited that clip.
Yeah.
I thought that is part of the reason we have this divisiveness among us. Because then what has happened again? Is black men saying things about black women, and is black women feeling the way about black men, and then we feel a way about our opinion on things. You know what I'm saying? We weren't even in a situation, but any last thoughts on this before we move forward?
Keep your hands to yourself,
Man, look, keep your hands,
Don't
feet.
touch nobody.
Man, look. All I'm saying is, man, gentlemen, men listening, it ain't worth it, man. Don't put your hands on that
It's
one.
not. And then the way Quavo looked at the camera, that's why people were mad.
Well,
I really think.
No,
but it's like
they
he
more
did
mad.
it. What was he about
They
to do?
more mad. Like, bro, you left her on the floor. Like, you slung her.
Yeah, because I was waiting for her to get
listen,
up.
right? I would, and she may have been dramatic. Don't get me wrong.
Hold on.
But I just felt like,
But
you wrong, or whatever you did was wrong. You slung her.
Well, to me,
Pick
it
her
didn't
up.
look like she was even trying to get up. So,
No.
what you gonna do?
Once
Pick her
again,
up?
like I said, dramatic. Or extend your hand.
I'm not even gonna say she was being dramatic. She could have been hurt. I'm just saying either way,
She left out
they
there.
talking about he left her on the floor. She wasn't trying to move.
I mean, if she
Now,
hurt, how she
It'd
gonna
be
move?
different if she would have reached her hand up and he would have been like,
Baby, help
nah,
me.
you good.
But look, nobody wants to talk about this part. Remember, he put the bag in front of the
to
elevator.
give her time.
Hey, I can tell he looked at it. Hey, stop playing. Come on.
Like this doggone clothes.
You know. But that was
But so one more thing I
go
will say
ahead.
on
Yeah,
that,
you
like,
good.
you know, somebody said a minute ago about, being accountable, being accountable, but we don't know if they've already discussed this and handled this situation.
great-
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's a good point.
So we
And-
shouldn't even have an opinion on it. But
And you know-
again, it was put in front of our face. So now that was what, months ago or whatever? Like, who knows?
Oh, was? Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
Well-
just saying they've been broke up.
Yeah,
so it
that's
had to
what
be
it
before
is.
they broke
Yeah.
up. So I'm
So-
saying they might have already been
Yeah.
okay now. And now
But
they got to go through it
We
again.
expect as society for them to put out something
Yeah,
like, hey,
a
look,
release,
you know,
yeah.
hey, I was just playing without.
They don't owe us nothing.
Nah, they don't.
They
owe us
could have
nothing.
gone for therapy for adding up some more stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're probably
That's
back
fair.
together, but we don't know.
Hey,
Low
we
key.
talking about it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was our very special Thought Brothers segment. It's now time to move into our topic again. Welcome to episode 3, season 5. Who that is?
That my baby daddy.
Featuring Kameron Whalum. All right, so the question on the floor: should a man be responsible for a child that they did not give consent to? Should a man be responsible for a child that they did not give consent to? Cam, how you feel about it? Do you mind if we call you Cam?
That's
Okay.
The tough answer that people ain't gonna want to hear is consent is when you lay down without a condom on. That's the consent, really, because I think we're old enough to know how babies are made, so it's always funny, man. And now I ain't saying women don't be on no tricky stuff, and guys for that matter. I ain't saying people don't do that, but to act surprised when somebody gets pregnant at this point, it's like, come on, y'all. Come on, man. You could have prevented it.
Facts. Yeah.
So to act like she's pregnant now, so well, I didn't tell you to have this baby. It's like, well, she ain't just make it by herself. You know, you did it with her. I ain't saying it was no bullshit going on either. Who knows? But to act like you didn't have a part of it and you was like, nah, I didn't tell you to do that. You should have been on birth control. Well, you ain't have to do what you did. That's a hard truth that,
Right.
but it's true.
That's real. McLovin, how you feeling?
I'm a little bit indecisive about that, on the fence, honestly. Do I believe? I think it should be some stipulations. Be responsible for. I do agree with Cam. He was like, hey, look, we was fucking. You know what I'm saying? No condom. Boom, a baby pops up. So the man has to take responsibility in some way, form, or fashion. And also the woman. Especially if y'all not a couple. Right. Hey, look, I know what I was getting myself into. I know that this dude ain't who I'm dating or anything like that. But, the responsible thing to do is, talk things out and make a plan. So do I believe, man, it's hard for me to say yes or no for that. I hate to be on the fence on a topic like that, but I just feel like in certain circumstances, yay and nay. So,
okay. Mary Jane, how do you feel?
I don't, it's hard to answer this question because I'm a woman, but honestly, I feel like men don't really have equal rights when it comes to child care. I feel that it should be fair for both parties. So if a man finds out that he's expecting, I do feel that she should have the opportunity at the time of discovering that he should have the opportunity to opt in or opt out. Given that information, the mother should determine what the next steps are. Because when you think about it, women have the option of abortion, adoption, all of plan Bs, and the man has no say so in how that goes. And then because she decides to have the baby, he ends up having to also take responsibility, but he did not have any participation, legal participation, and consenting to have the child. So I think that it should just be fair across all boards.
Mm. I do think that's interesting. My personal opinion, I agree that if you lay down, that is your consent. Mm-hmm. Because I'm always, at the end of the day, the woman has to carry. It affects her body. If we being real, if she's not married, it affects her life after that in terms of dating.
And her mental.
Her mental. And let's say she decides not to keep the baby, right? There's a whole nother
But what about the man?
trauma.
What about if the man wants to keep the baby?
Well, I don't think he has that. He doesn't have a right to not feel like that. But at the end of the day, it's the woman that's carrying. And I mean, let's be real. There are a lot of health risks associated with giving birth. So, I don't know if I feel comfortable, giving a woman or demanding that she have a child that she doesn't want to have. Because then too, I don't want this woman birthing my child that she doesn't want. What does that relationship look like with mother and son or mother and daughter? So I just think there are so many interesting dynamics. So the next question, can one or the other coexist, right? Can a man be responsible financially but not give quality time? Or can a father do what he can in terms of quality time and not be responsible financially?
Speaking of me being a father, I think money can't buy you everything with your child. Regardless of how much I provide for my son, but if I'm not in his light, if I'm not in his sight, then you can't buy love. Not for your kids. Kids ain't gold diggers. Kids, they want love. They want, affection. They want time. They see people, oh, well, Cam hanging with his daddy, Marvin hanging with his daddy, and here go baby McLovin just, he got the new pair of J's on, but he ain't, his daddy ain't in his life. I do not believe, just paying for stuff equates to, being a good father, I guess, so no, quality time. I feel like financially and quality time can go hand in hand, pay for some lunch and some shit.
So you can't do one or the other. It has to be both.
Well, if that's the case, if I have to choose, then I would definitely put quality time over financing.
Okay.
I do.
Interesting. What you think, Mary Jane?
I definitely feel that if a man is going to opt in to one or the other, then he has to do both. Just piggybacking off of what McLovin said, the child needs both the financial support from the father and his physical presence to fully develop as a kid into an adult. So they can't coexist.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel, Ken?
Man,
I mean, never mind.
however, on that, I could just say, man, like for the men that are trying to be a part of the kids' lives, some women are just not nice about that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not real
Very
cool
true.
about that. They hurt so bad because them and the dad didn't work out. They're gonna do whatever it is to hurt the dad, and the dad not seeing their kids. That hurts.
It does.
So no matter how it's affecting the child, they gonna be like, man, nah, you ain't nothing. You out here messing with these. Every time you see a kid. So it's like, some men would rather just pay the money than even deal with all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I would say if you can get ahead of it, so if you can choose to go pay child support, do it. If you can choose to get ahead of it just so you can eliminate all the bull that comes with it, because like I said, some women use that as a weapon, bro. They gonna make your life hell. So if however you can get in front of that and just, especially if you really want to be a part of your child's life, like I hope the women are just really opening up to that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it can be. I don't think both can coexist. I don't think it can be one or the other, I guess is what I'm saying. I noticed, I love scrolling down Facebook and hearing and just kind of seeing people comment on things. But I see a lot of, especially single mothers, say they'll complain about one or two things. Either the father is not there at all, or when they do give financially is not enough.
Not enough.
So all he did was do this. Oh, well, he only come around birthdays, or he only come around this time. So I think, you have to contribute on
That's
both.
why if you put yourself on this shit, she can't say it.
Yeah.
Well, we already discussed this in the courts. So this is what it's going to be. So it's not up to you what's too much or not.
Yeah, here's the thing. This is why I say men should give consent at the very beginning, because when men get put on child support, like it takes so much of their income that they are left with literally sometimes nothing. Like, how do you live? How do you survive when you had to give pretty much everything that you make with little to nothing left to the mother of your child, which is completely okay because the child is taken care of. But how is the man protected and taken care of as well?
It's interesting you brought, actually in Memphis, according to WYXR News, a Memphis father pushed for change after stimulus garnish for
that's
child
real.
support.
Oh, yeah.
And this
you
literally
don't get your
just
stimulus
happened.
if you have not paid your child support.
It's not even that. Not even that. Even if you owe, even if you don't owe back pay, they can take your stimulus. And is that fucked up? Yeah, but I also feel like only towards the people who nigga, you don't do nothing with your kid anyway. So, and that's why I say that, I'm on the fence about financially supporting and also, spending quality time, because it's like you have to, you can't just buy this and that and then expect you and your child's mother to be cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Understand that this woman takes care of the child all day, every day while you out living your life. So, but I do feel bad for those people who do spend a lot of time with their kid and is still also on child support. So,
what does that suggest though? Like when you have a situation where, what does that say when I'm pulling up this article, Wealthy Single Mommies, don't ask why I was reading this. But it said child support is built on the presumption that one parent mothers care for the children while another father pays for them. This shoehorns men and women into sexist roles with men forced to be the breadwinner.
Yep.
So I thought it was really interesting that you said that because that was something we had come across.
And then women get all the benefits.
Absolutely. Like for no reason.
I probably sound, as a woman, this probably really sounds harsh. I just believe that if we are going to ask for equality, we're going to make all these demands. We're going to say that we should be pro-choice. This should also be fair for men. Like women get all the benefits. If they're the primary caregiver, if they accept child support, they get all the benefits, tax refunds, all of that. While men, like, they pay all this money to take care of the child and they don't get any refund or anything for that. It's just they pay it and that's it.
So should
Claim the child, but they're also like paying a lot of money to take care of the child.
Right. So should the parents contribute 50-50 to the child even if one of the parents' income is higher?
I'm gonna say it all depends. It's 50-50 financially if it's 50-50 quality time. If I guess, honestly, just being in my personal life, that's how me and my son's mom is. Like we 50-50. I get my son 3.5 days out the week, Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Afternoon, evening.
3.5.
Yeah. So then
And that's what's up.
he's stupid.
Nobody
So it's
caught
like-
the bars there.
I
man.
did. Come on,
That's
Gotti.
Gotti, man.
This nigga. so 3.5 out the week every week, so it's like whatever I do for my son is for the house, unless it's like daycare or something like that or school or something like that, then we'll come together and talk about it, But if it was if the role was, she keeps him the most or all the time, it's a different thing. I would then feel like I'm obligated to have to step up financially more because she has the I'm not gonna say burden, but she had to deal with all that. Going to school, picking them up, coming for conferences, this and that, got help with the projects, all that stuff is stuff that money can't buy.
Should child support be taxable? What y'all think?
Hell yeah.
Well, I want to also answer the last question.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Mary J.
But yeah, I just said that child support should be taxable. I just brought that up. But going back to the last question as well, if it should be 50-50, I think that, the court should actually look at both parents' income and determine what is the best contribution. Both parents should be putting it in, and it definitely should be documented on record. The court should consider the bills, the priorities of both parents, and then determine the percentage based off of those two responsibilities. I do feel, what was I getting ready to say? I do feel that if the father, I just lost my train of thought because I'm watching the McLovin, so I'll go back. He's distracting me.
See, that's what's wrong with people. We always want to put the court. Black people want to put the court in our business. Come on, people.
I think that I think that is the only solution if we're going to be fair for men.
We do not.
For men, because think about it. Men are afraid that women do not use child support on their child.
They don't.
All the time. So how else are we going to keep record? How else are we going to protect and support you all if we're not we're not tracing how that money is being used?
So this is how I see it. I think because then now I feel like, and I'm not saying you are, but this is how I feel, that you're not giving enough credit to parents, in a sense of like, we can sit down and be mature people and be like, hey, look.
That's not the case. Parents,
no.
Parents definitely
we can't make that assumption.
And be mature.
That's the hope, but it's not really the reality.
But we cannot make that assumption just because we know friends who have baby mama, baby daddy drama.
Plenty of arguments.
So my thing is this:
arguments.
We don't have
because
to
parents in child support.
We do not have to. I feel like let me say this: parents should be mature enough to sit down and be like, hey, look,
absolutely,
I ain't gonna put you on child support. I know you make this much.
Yeah,
you
I
know
wouldn't put my man on child support.
You know, I make this much. All right, cool. Depending on how much time I spend with my son, depending on how much time you spend with the kid, then we come to an agreement. I do not believe, and thank God I'm not on child support. Shout out to my baby mama, y'all. I love you. I love you. Thank you. But I feel like we should just be mature enough to just sit down and be like, hey, bro, like, come on, man. Like,
but the reality is what?
So let me tell you why the reality is. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's in a perfect world.
In a perfect world.
Absolutely, but that ain't how
so,
it goes.
and let me tell you this, I'm gonna be real.
And we're so bad with relationships.
And call a spade a spade. It be the baby dad that be fucking shit up.
Well,
like,
it's emotions.
For the most part, yeah.
It's emotions, man.
Niggas want that cake and eat it too. I hate to say it like that, and I realize as a parent, as a man, I tell people this all the time. Look, if you know you don't want to be with this chick and y'all have a baby together, you need to go ahead and cut that off right then and there.
Playing with
right, because if you don't, and I tell people this is why child support is what it is. Women are hurt. They hurt.
Yep.
They hurt. Oh, so you want to talk to me and fuck Keisha at the same time? No. If you don't want to, just leave her alone. Just done out.
Again, now you just got through saying something about, being grown and being mature and all that. In a perfect world, hell yeah. But
and that also trickles down to family background.
Definitely, yeah.
So let me cover my eye up. My third eye showing too much. I'm be Umar Johnson Jr.
It's real though. It's
real talk.
So, all right, this one might get them. Do you think some women view having the father on child support as a means to an end, or to assist with their quality, or even to improve their quality of life? Don't answer. We'll answer this right after the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 10 DM commandments. These are laws inspired by the culture and for the culture. Top 10 DM commandments. We start with number 1 in the choir, saying together, "Thou shalt not
support Trump." Fuck
Please
that.
Don't do it.
No. Commandment number 2, thou shalt support the WNBA. So fans are still upset about Sue Bird making $30 million less than LeBron James, despite their similar accomplishments. So it's understood that the NBA brings in more revenue than the WNBA. However, this means that there needs to be an increase of support for the WNBA. So gender discrimination and bias is still a thing across all boards, clearly, and there is an issue with sexism in our culture. So at the end of the day, we need to find ways to be supporting the WNBA and all other women sports professions more often, and create strategies to be putting revenue in those areas as much as we do as the male sports professions.
You know who I bet is winning before you go, McLovin? I bet the women's NCAA is winning, though, in terms of revenue and things like that. I would not be surprised because, like, now, of course, players don't get officially paid, but I bet I would not be surprised if you look at it as a whole, women's basketball makes more than, or brings in more revenue than the WNBA. But I feel you, Mary Jane. That's real.
Yeah.
All right, commandment number 3, thou shalt keep calm. Air Yeezy is upon us. Nike just signed with Kanye West for the Air Yeezys. Yo, I am psyched.
Yeah, because his shoes are ugly, so that's great.
Watch your mouth.
So
first of all,
Adidas and Nike?
So Yeezy, so Kanye already had a deal back in the day. For those who don't know, there was a Yeezy colorway back in the day, back in 2010, 2011, starting Kanye West shoe deal. But now it's like they bring it back out, and I'm excited. Air Yeezy is upon us. Take all my motherfucking money, please. All hell Yeezys.
Just hop off his dick.
You a hating ass. You know what? When I get a picture with him, don't say shit.
Speaking of Yeezus, who tries to walk in the image of Jesus, thou shalt extend grace. All right, I've been looking on social media. Let's relax. It is exhausting criticizing everybody and everything. Let's extend grace where we can. You never know what somebody is going through, what demons they're battling. So, be mature enough to extend grace and give people a break sometimes, Cam, Commandment number 5. We know you heard you got one for it.
Thou shalt not be a Michael Karen Rappaport.
Oh man,
You can't. I mean, you can't be just beefing with people and talking trash and talking wet to people, and then when it get a little too real for you, you want to expose everybody.
Right,
you can't do
right.
that.
Nah, you can't.
Like, wait a minute. And then he was deleting messages and stuff and just showing one side of it. It's like, come on, bro. I don't want to hear nothing from him again.
Nah,
ever.
he was wrong for that
Undisputed or whatever shows he be on, he's out. I don't want to hear from him.
and he makes a living talking shit to black people.
I think he blew it. He blew it.
Yeah,
That
he
was
blew
it.
it.
Cause
Running to
he
social
was
media.
at the picnic at first. We invited him to the cookout.
I mean, I don't know.
I wasn't a fan.
I ain't
In
gonna say
Higher Learning,
picnic.
he was a y'all seen that movie?
What?
Higher Learning.
Learning.
back in the
Oh,
day?
yeah.
That was him. He was a
Yeah,
skinhead.
he was.
Now. So
He killed what was Omar Epps?
yeah. So that's what
And
he got.
Tyra Banks. No,
But
no,
he
no,
been
killed
he been
Tyra
a
Banks.
part of the culture as far as movies and
Yeah.
stuff. But it's like, man, you you pulled the Black Scary Man card.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't pull that card.
Oh my gosh, it's a black man.
I'm threatened.
And I love the way Kevin Durant was talking that shit. I loved it.
Man,
he ate it.
Hey, he ain't gonna lie. But let's be for real.
No,
you can't do that.
no,
Yeah,
you can't
you're
do
right,
that.
you're right.
Cannot.
You cannot.
Turn the other cheek.
You
can't-
better off calling
Bruh.
that nigga. If that's the
Yeah.
case.
Screenshots are the devil.
Devil.
Don't you hate when you get screenshots?
Devil. In every context, screenshots are the
Yeah.
devil, bro. So be
Hey,
careful
boo, what you
be
doing
careful
with
what you type.
screenshot?
I guess,
That's real.
Commandment number 6, thou shalt keep grinding. People going to acknowledge you and your work. This is a special shout out. Shout out to my boy Prep Curry, my ADP, Big Money Beta Mew. He has his own clothing line, Prepare Fashion, moved from Memphis to California, and is now signed with Banana Republic, y'all.
Oh, congratulations.
Man, he has done a lot of shit, man. A lot of celebrities been rocking this shit. Man, I was there when the nigga used to put t-shirts on and Lamorne on.
Shout out to Prep, man.
Shout out to
He
Prep.
just sent me a couple shirts and a hoodie. And
Hey,
stuff.
absolutely. If you haven't yet, he is his line will be dropping on Banana Republic next week. Make sure y'all go look for it. Support black people, y'all. Black Memphis people. All right. Prepare Fashion, Prep Curry.
All right, commandment number 7. So I don't know if people are really going to agree with this, but I know the millennials feel me. Thou shalt live your life and travel despite the pandemic. If we're going to have to social distance,
I know. Just let it.
it's in another country, okay?
Now, 2020, Mary Jane would not have agreed
It
with
was
that.
not
I still feel
2020.
strongly. No, hold up. Because what I said was I don't have sympathy for teachers who live their best life, but then complain about going back to school. I still feel strongly about that. Go back to school, teach your kids.
So
If you're out here clubbing and bar hopping, but then be mad because you gotta physically go to work, miss me with all that.
So she deleted the text messages because she ain't telling y'all everything. She was on my ass. Oh, so you at the weekend? I thought you said you like what?
Yeah, because you complained about going back to work. So
I didn't know.
She on you, bro.
So wait, so
on you,
for the
bro.
listeners out there, I complained because the kids came back, but they're in the cafeteria. They ass ain't even in the classroom. Y'all ass might as well just stayed the fuck at home. Why you here? We still virtual.
Oh my God.
You still got your laptop, and I can't even say nothing.
drive
Let
your
it
butt
out.
to
Let
work.
it out. Let it out.
Man.
Commandment number 8, thou shalt show your love. Shout out to Steve Harvey, man, hosting Earth, Wind, and Fire versus Ozzy Brothers. Shout out to Versus. Timberland, what up? Swiss, what up? I'm saying it like I know him like that.
I said, damn.
All right, tell y'all that. But nah, man, I love Steve Harvey. I think people have been pretty critical of him, but he's come from nothing, man. He didn't even start stand up until he was 27 years old, man. So I just think that's phenomenal.
His swag went up too when he
And-
started dating that Memphis girl. Well, they got married. They got married. So
Oh,
what can I say?
and he addressed anybody that had anything to say about Lori or any
Real
of his
shit.
kids in the Sipping Smoke, I think, with Cam Newton. It's a really dope. I don't know if it's a podcast.
Yeah, it is.
or-
It's at
okay.
the fellowship, the place where we was at.
Oh, they hosted there.
Yeah, you know that's his spot.
Okay, that's what. Shout out to the fellowship, man. And ATL. All right, Cam, number 9.
Thou shalt know that you can do it too. I think the real words was, my nigga, you could do it too. Cause man, a lot of time people forget, like people think success is real far away and it's so like it's out there, so I ain't gonna never get to this part. So let me just settle this way. Nah, man, it's everything is close. Everything is achievable, bro. Anything is possible. As cliche as it sounds, literally anything in the world is possible, and so you just gotta remember that.
That's what Steve Harvey was talking about. He said literally your imagination is your way to accomplishing what you.
Yeah, man.
My bad, Mary Jane.
Oh no, commandment number 10. So thou shalt eat at Arby's.
I knew it. Shut
The meme, you all know the meme that was going around that was saying who was keeping Arby's open, and then there was a follow-up meme that was saying, well, if you ate there, you would know why Arby's is still open. So I had my second.
Wow.
Because it was when I was a kid, but I had my second Arby's sandwich the other day, and it really is just a nice deli sandwich. So definitely give it a try, and then you would understand why Arby's is.
So you keeping them in business.
Milkshake is really good.
Does the milkshake bring all the boys to the yard? That's all I want to know.
Damn right, it's better than that.
And those were our top 10 DM commandments. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Season 5, episode number 2. Who that is?
3.
What did I say? 2?
2.
Season 5, episode 3. Who that is?
That my baby daddy. Hey.
Featuring Kameron Whalum. You can find us YouTube Live every Monday, 7 p.m. Central, which is prime time. Speaking of prime time, Kameron Whalum, you have a show. Prime time with Kameron Whalum on
WYXR.
There we go.
Every Saturday night, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Prime time hour, playing some good music.
Hey.
Okay. So you spinning me what?
It's spinning music.
Is
yeah.
it just anything you feel like
And
playing?
that's one of the reasons I really like it over there, because it really ain't too many rules. No cussing. That's the only rule I gotta pay attention to.
McLovin gonna be there.
Oh,
snap.
It's
Mine
already-
would not last long.
It's nice.
You said I wouldn't last long?
Hey, you'll be like, what's Ladies Man? What's that movie? That's one of my favorite. Ladies Man. Did y'all ever see that movie?
Yeah.
He got kicked out the air. Did you ever see it?
I feel like it was a long time
Oh
ago if I
wow,
did.
you've never. But he got kicked out the air
Okay.
for his vulgarities and stuff.
I don't
like
curse that much anyway.
Okay.
See, I ain't cursing the last sentence.
So we're back to the question. All right, that we teased right before our top 10 DM commandments. Do some women view child support as a way to improve their quality of life?
Man, yes. I am a firm believer that all that money ain't going to the baby. and I'm not just talking about for us common folk also. I also look at like stuff like celebrities, like, oh yeah, I need $5 million, $300,000 for my baby. No, you need that money to keep up your lifestyle that you live. You know what I'm saying? I do not believe that. I know people that's paying like $800 in child support for a goddamn 3-year-old. What you buying this 3-year-old?
Told you all, child support can be super expensive.
It is the come up for a woman, and I'm not gonna say a woman who, I don't know, you know how to say it. It's just a come up for them. They don't use all of it for the kid. Some people do. They might put it like in trust funds or like put in a savings account, but it's not. I'm not right.
See, this is why it should be traced. I feel that in certain instances, yes, this is why Future has all those baby mamas, because like if you are like a walking dollar sign, the woman is going to have her baby and she's going to be well taken care of for the rest of her life. And it just is what it is. And as far as a regular Joes, I think that if your child is walking around, her hair is not done, or him or his. She does not have any nice shoes, ain't got no good clothes, but then the mother is walking around, hair done, clothes, going on these trips out the country. It's just so unfair. This is why I kind of feel like, and I know women are probably going to hate me for this episode. It's just so unfair. Child support dollars should definitely be traced.
I literally see an email. Somebody just sent the hate mail towards you. But
I'm sorry. I really do apologize, but I'm just for equality for both. Like, if you're going to pay child support, do it right.
So
What do you think, Cam?
Okay.
I mean, I agree. Like, but that's why I was saying earlier, like, it's better to jump in front of it. You know what I mean? If you get on top of that and you be the one to go to court first, be like, look, this is what it is. This is what I got. This is what I'm making. Then, you know.
But still, they will still use that money for themselves.
Yeah, but what they use it for, you can't control that anyway.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True,
So as
true,
long
true.
as it's a fair, quote unquote, amount that you're giving, and you feel that you know, you're doing your part. Whatever she do gonna come back on her in some way. But as long as you're doing your part and your part of the deal, you can't really ask for it. You know?
I think that we should treat, because now they get like child support cards. That card should be like as accessible like an EBT card. It can only go for grocery. You can't buy liquor with EBT cards. And
I
that's
thought that you said that we should not bring the courts in.
I'm just saying.
You did.
Well, I'm just saying if people are on child support,
that's
listen.
what I'm saying. You
listen.
guys,
No,
you
you're not
guys.
listening.
Some of
You're
these
not
comments are contradicting.
It's not. Listen, we're talking about
Tell
putting
me, Mary.
people on child support. We're talking about child support. To be on child support, you have to go to court. So because of that, if you are on child support, they give you a card. And if they do give you a card, that card should be only towards things that only can be accessible by kids. So
For
you
the
can't
child.
you can't go to
And there should be an agreement of how it's used.
You can't go to Louis Vuitton
Sips tea.
and buy shoes there because they don't. Well, I don't think they sell like. I'm not rich like that to even know if they got Louis Vuitton kids shoes. But like you can't go to the liquor store with this card
They do.
to buy liquor because it's not kid access. That card should be only active for like children's place and whatever other kid stuff. I'm talking like I ain't got no kid. I only go to children's place because they have all the sales, or Baby Gap and shit like that. So those things, I feel like it should be stipulations on like you can't use this card here. It ain't gonna work.
So speaking of stipulations, do you all feel that a man should not be fully active before he knows whether or not the baby is his?
I think it's the man's choice. Like, just know what you're getting into. Like, you can go ahead, like, okay, I want to have this baby, so I'm going to be supporting the mother throughout the pregnancy process before we figure out that it's theirs. And then that's your choice. You find out later that it's not your baby, then you just took a loss. But I thought that you can do DNA.
I think after a certain month though. I don't know if it's the last trimester or not, or I don't know the exact time where you can do child DNA tests. But
yeah, but if a man is concerned, I think that he definitely should have the right to determine if he's the father of the child.
Man, I think that's such an ugly, sticky situation,
It is,
bro.
man.
Like,
Hey, some men are messing around with hoes.
hell yeah, people are hoes.
I feel bad. Some
For
women
sure.
are gonna hate me, but I mean,
Oh, Lord.
it is what it is.
I just think it's best to try as best you can to just remain in control of as much as you can, right? So if that means not having sex with every one of the women you want to have sex with, that's what that means. If that means, you got to be in control of that, because at a certain point, control is taken from you, and you're at mercy to whatever is happening. You can be as mad as you want to be, but it's like you were saying about the money. It's like, all right, I'm gonna give you the money. What you do with it, I can be mad, but it's happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as you can. So if that means wearing a condom, if that means, whatever that means, just try to stay in control, bro. Because once you lose that control, it's a wrap, and you're gonna spend a long time, energy, and effort trying to get control back, and then you're gonna lose control over yourself, and then it's gonna be ugly for real.
It is sticky, man. I know somebody personally who a woman became pregnant. She convinced him that it was his child, and they weren't together. It was kind of the situation. They hooked up. He did the stand-up thing. Now he always had doubt, but he was receiving so much criticism from everybody on the outside. How can you? I told you, you were the only one I was with. Her family looking at him crazy for questioning it. He went through with the baby shower. Hell, I went to the hospital thinking this was, somebody I'm welcoming into the village. And
Mama's baby, daddy's baby.
came out to be a white baby.
And I think people were probably trying to force it like the baby really looked like him. But he knew it the whole time. Man moved to get a new job, to make more money. He found out after a year that it was not his. Traveling
How did he find
back
out?
and forth.
He made her take a DNA test?
I think so. He went ahead because she refused at first. And it was like, and I think
See, that's what I'm saying.
I think it's
If
really
a man
expensive
is concerned
too to even.
and he wants to take and test, it should just be allowed.
So let me say this, and I don't mean to jump in, and I think
Jump in,
sometimes
bro.
we have to
Got to play.
we have to keep into consideration feelings when it comes to stuff like that. It's not easy telling a man, hey, especially a man that you're not with, hey, I'm pregnant. The insecurity that then comes after that, in a sense of a man coming to you and saying, by who? Or is it mine? How do I know? There's so much pressure on that woman. I've been, and not to get in my personal, I've been in a situation like that. You
Man,
know,
y'all better stop being
and-
emotional and
and
just
I-
take it
no,
for
and I-
what it
so-
is.
but no,
Everybody,
no.
a lot of
So
people
listen,
have kids
every-
out of wedlock.
and I understand
It
that.
just is
but
what
you
it
can't,
is.
And I understand not everybody being pregnant is an emotional thing. You know,
I know I'm pregnant.
by somebody that you also are dating. So that's
Exactly.
not. So that's not. So
I
that's,
understand.
So that is not
I
a thing.
understand if they are not dating and the man is concerned.
So no, I'm not saying the man cannot be concerned. Do I believe that we need to? I do believe that we should definitely take in consideration both parties' feelings. That's just it. I don't think I will never be like, oh, you pregnant? Well, how I know it's mine? That is not the first thing that's gonna come out of my mouth. That is not.
The thing about that question, bro, it's like there's always the assumption that it's not yours when you probably smash. There's a chance it's probably
if
yours.
you smash, that's a possibility. At the end of the day, it ain't like you should. That should not be the first thing to come out your mouth because then now it's
the
like.
thing is, you should not be emotional if you're not with this man and you know that you have been dating other men.
I shouldn't be emotional. I'm with you on
So,
that.
right. But
that the man asked for a DNA test. That
ain't nothing
is
wrong with that.
what it is.
So I'm
You should
not
be
saying-
emotional about it because when you turn around and that baby is not yours, you should be ashamed. The baby is not his. The woman should be ashamed of herself.
This is true, and I'm not saying that we should not ask. Also, I just researched. You can get a pregnancy test. A DNA test. 10 weeks in, as you're pregnant.
Right, blood test.
So that's that. So and I'm not condoning abortions, but it definitely after 15 weeks you can't get it. So look, that's 10. So you got an extra 5 weeks by that time to decide what y'all want to do. I'm not promoting abortion either though. So McLovin is not promoting.
And then the woman shouldn't be upset.
No. So
if Elon asked me, I don't think the baby's mine. I'm like, all right, let's go take the guess because I bet you 100% we put money on it. This baby is yours.
Anybody who said I'll put money on it, I'm like, don't worry about it, baby. Come on, we ain't got to do
Right. Let's go right now. Give me my money when we done.
I was just playing. And then that'll be held
If it ain't
over for the
yours,
rest
then
of
it's
his
the
life.
Lord. We
You
ready
didn't
to
even
deliver
believe it
another
was
Jesus.
yours.
It's gonna be his 18th birthday party.
Man.
You remember when you thought that nigga wasn't yours?
Oh man, every year.
DeMarcus, your daddy thought you wasn't his. What?
So we took it to the streets of Instagram polls, and we asked our audience: should a man be responsible for a child that they did not give consent to have? 57% said yep. 43% said nah, that ain't right. The next survey question: can child support benefit the quality of life for the woman alone, excluding the child? 40% say yes, 60% say no. Interesting. We also asked
Mostly baby mama.
Actually, I can look at the survey result.
Don't bust nobody out.
Okay, nah, actually, it was half and half. Half of the men, well, there were half men who said no. No, it was 50-50. So it was even with men and women who voted no.
So wait, that question was
My bad. Can child support?
Nice.
Yeah, can child support the quality of life for the woman alone? Of course, excluding the child. And 33% said yes, 67% said no.
Maybe it was worded wrong. I feel like that's saying like, can that child support alone
benefit just the woman?
Like the woman can live off that. Maybe that's what they sound like. I don't know. But
okay, well I
thought that's what the question was.
No, the question is, if I pay child support to you, are you gonna use that money for a come up?
Oh, it's like, does it?
But
like,
also, does it improve her quality of life? I mean, I guess it's essentially the same thing. Anyway, let's move forward.
Cause they lying.
Next one: should men be an active father before knowing if the baby is theirs? And survey says 33% said hell yeah, 67% said nope. Last one: should child support be taxable? 55% said yes, 50% said no.
Wow, who are the people that said no? That's just not fair.
Nah, call them out.
I can't call them out.
Let men get some benefits for supporting their kids.
I ain't gonna call them out. But I will say there were some guys that said no. Interesting. Okay. Well, it was really
Maybe
close.
they think there's a fear of taxes because we do have to.
I don't know what they thought. But
I don't know what they were thinking with that.
But make sure you follow us on all social media platforms, and we post our polls all the time. Season 5, episode 3. Who that is?
That my baby daddy.
Featuring Kameron Whalum. Cameron, do you have any projects coming up? Anything that people should be hip to?
Man, like I said, I dropped an EP in December, All About You. You can go get that thing everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm always working on stuff, working on music. The new Silk Sonic, that album is getting done, so got some trombone stuff on there. So just working, man.
Who's on Silk Sonic?
Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak.
Quick flex.
Silk
real
Sonic,
quick.
leave the door open. Leave the door open.
Hey man, y'all were fly in that video too.
Oh man, I appreciate
and killed
it.
the Grammys, by the way.
Absolutely.
Excellent job. You killed every performance,
Appreciate it,
man. I do want to ask you real quick. What was it like performing at the Super Bowl? I know that was a couple years ago, but what was that experience? And have you done it multiple times?
That's 2.
Okay,
twice.
Yeah.
Man, it was a blast, bro. It was a good time. Like, that's the majority of the time we just having fun, you know what I'm saying? So it just makes it that much better, you know. But the first Super Bowl, it was in New York, freezing cold. You know, it was an experience. Like, my instrument froze, and just got, you know, those kind of stories with it. But it was fun, man. 12-minute show. It felt like 2 minutes, in and out.
Wow.
You know, and then the Beyonce one, well, the Coldplay one.
Yeah.
That was even better, you know what I'm saying? Because it was less pressure on that one. We was out there for like 5 minutes. We didn't have to really think like that. We was just chilling, you know. It was fun. Then to be up there with Beyonce, you can't really.
Did you
Did you
get her a hug? Did you get a hug with her?
I think we. I mean, it wasn't
you
like
like-
a freaky hug or nothing like that. But
I ain't asked that.
Jay-Z was there too.
Oh, so if he wasn't,
no, I ain't gonna do that, man. You know, I can't do
look,
that.
why are you looking around like he listening?
I'm looking to the camera. Man. I ain't do that. Bro.
Hova, I ain't
She's
do it.
beautiful though. I ain't gonna cap. She's
So Cam,
special.
considering you've worked with so many artists and you've performed at the biggest levels, do you have any favorite moments or any favorite? And I don't know if it is a Super Bowl or any any memorable moments or any artists you love working with more than anybody else.
One of my most like the favorite moments is like when we did the Apollo. Like you talking about Steve Harvey earlier.
Yeah.
Grew up, you know, everybody grew up
yeah,
watching every Saturday.
Yeah.
We watching Apollo as a family. You know, I took field trip to the Apollo back in school, so that was a like full circle moment kind of to do that. And then, man, this last Grammys with the leader door open with the bell bottoms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. I felt like an old player.
Hey, all right, no, that's some pimp shit. Real quick.
That's a beautiful collaboration, and just the music that we've heard so far is amazing. But again, shout out to All About You. You can get
appreciate
that
y'all,
everywhere. Cameron Whalum, he wrote it. He produced it.
Hey.
You know, he had some homeboys.
Good
on
music.
the
Check it
team.
out. Check it out.
Yeah. But again, we are Dear Millennials, the Lit Ass Podcast. It is now time for our DM open letter. Some words of affirmation to get you through your week. Dear Millennials, at the end of the day, these babies need us. The future generations literally depend on our investment in parenting. Whether it's having a traditional blended or co-parenting relationship or family dynamic, please understand that children don't choose to be brought into this world. Therefore, it's our obligation to provide for them. A songwriter must say, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them. Anybody know the rest of that?
Lead the way.
There we go, my brother in thoughtness. Again, we are Dear Millennials, a Lit Ass Podcast. It's time for us to get up out of here. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Follow Dear Millennials on all social media, on all podcasting platforms. This is your boy Top Rain Marvin Frank. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my dad. Yo, I just got a testimony real quick. My dad went in for a scan to see if his cancer come back. Results came back. No sign of cancer at all. So shout out to my pops. I know that was a huge burden.
Won't he do it?
And last thing, yo, if you're interested in being a part of the NAACP, there's a memorial drive in honor of Bishop William H. Gray Sr., who was my grandfather. A memorial drive, a voters registration drive in addition to a membership drive. So if you're interested in being a part of the NAACP, visit NAACP.org. All right, that's all I got.
Man, you already know what it is, man. Shout out to my girl. She just celebrated her 30th birthday Ari Lennox. I love you, boo. I just want to let y'all know. Marvin, look at me. Look at this.
I'm about to...
She just turned 30. For those who looked us up on Instagram, man, the pictures went, nobody even know I had so many pictures with her. So
did they go viral?
Damn right.
Okay,
bro.
I haven't checked how many likes it had. It was.
Everybody, look, all
It went viral?
Yeah, man, they had it on all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool though because she, at the end of the day, didn't repost it because she didn't want people to know.
She had a lot of messages that day.
Well, she didn't want people to know that we still that we date, and I kind of let the cat out the bag.
You're so delusional.
Mariah, thank you for all the things that you've done. I appreciate you. Rest in peace, Zayd. Also, shout out to my mama. She is in California. I think she's gonna stay there, y'all. I know we talked about this. She just called me today and said, I think I'm gonna stay up here for another month. Nigga. Bye. Please don't come back. I love you though, Nadine. I do. My son misses my mama. I don't miss paying bills. Mama, I love you though. All right, Mary Jane, what to do?
All right, it's your girl Mary Jane. Shout out to my mom as I experienced this pregnancy. I'm just starting to connect the dots with a lot of things with motherhood. And I'm very appreciative for the mother and my grandmothers in my life. Also, shout out to the baby mamas and the baby daddies since it was brought up in this episode. Doing everything. And this goes out for people who are also married because I feel like at the end of the day, you're still a baby mama, you're still a baby daddy, whether you're married or not. Shout out to the ladies. I really do apologize to you all for my difference of opinion this episode, but it is what it is, and I stand firmly on my beliefs. But I still stand firmly on women's rights, but also equal rights.
All right, brother Kameron Whalum, you got any closing words for us?
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. This has been fun. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my family, the city of Memphis, the country, everybody, man. Everybody just be good, stay well, show some grace and mercy to everybody like you want them to show to you, man. Just follow me, follow my music, stay tuned.
Oh, you want to give them the social media handles?
Oh, at Kameron Whalum, KameronWhalum on everything.
On everything, cuz.
Hey, man, you keep putting on for the city again. We appreciate you taking time out of your day, out of your schedule. Safe travels to your next destination.
Appreciate you.
Again, we are Dear Millennials, the Lit Ass Podcast. We gonna close it out like this. Have a lit ass week to you, my friend.
Yeah, nigga.
Have a lit ass week.
Yeah, until we meet again.
Have a lit
ass week to you, my friend. Yeah, nigga.
Have a lit ass week.
Yeah, until we meet again.
Hey, have a lit ass
week.
Oh, yo, hold on. Merch, real quick. Hey, bro, you didn't even shout it out.
I think I put it out right there for a reason.
All right, let them know.
All right, y'all make sure, tis the season, man. Y'all already know we always rocking with the HBCU. Man, make sure y'all grab y'all HBCU Grads Matter. We got them in all color. Whatever your college is, we got you. Make sure that y'all look it up on the link tree on our Instagram page at Dear Millennials _.
And we got a promo deal too, Mary Jane, right? Promo deal.
Check us out for all promo deal inquiries. We'll be happy to support your business by marketing it on our social media handles, but also promoting it as an episode during our show. So shoot us an email if you're interested.
$20 special right now for social media posts on our story. $55 commercials. Me and McLovin, we gonna write something hilarious for you. You heard the Itch Away. You heard the Itch Away commercial. All right, if you didn't, we'll post it on the link. Anyway, have a lit ass week. Shout out Alec Ogg, Paris Art Studios. My bad, bro. I forgot we appreciate you, man, squeezing us in today. All right, one love.
My favorite white producer, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, I give it up for him, man.
You need to stop.
That was great, man. Great episode.
Good shit.